Chapter 6: Mystery Branch Genetic Base Points. The comparison of the blood sample before and after the administration of the genetic liberation elixir required 20 minutes for the result to be produced. The reports of Cheng Mo, Tang Ting, and the rest of the students had come out. Zhu Tui still had to wait for a while. The time he took for the observation phase was too long. The students took advantage of this time and started chatting with each other. Zhu Tui also gained a general understanding of the students' results. How could he put it? The outcome of activating more genetic base points might not be good. Cheng Mo was the perfect example of that. He had 11 genetic base points, and he had activated the most number of genetic base points in Jincheng 9th High School's Class 37. However, most of the base points he activated were gathered at his stomach. That made it a little useless. There was a student who only activated 6 genetic base points, but all 6 were smell-related. There was great potential for those genetic base points to be developed into a professional skill in the future. He had a bright future ahead. Another example was the plump Tang Ting. He only activated 8 genetic base points, but it was a better combination of power and speed. This combination was a strong competition even amongst genetic warriors. Oh, yes, dating Tang Ting. What specifically are the power and speed-related genetic base points that you activated? Zhu Tui asked. Power and speed were major categories. They were split into several other smaller aspects. It would have been fine if Zhu Tui had not asked. Zhu Tui's question caused Tang Ting's chubby cheeks to blush. He looked a little emotional. Lower body strength. Not bad. What about speed? Zhu Tui continued to ask. Tang Ting turned silent. What was the problem? Zhu Tui's gaze moved toward Cheng Mo. It's Shan's speed. Tang Ting looked emotionally at his right hand and answered Zhu Tui, reluctant to let Cheng Mo announce the news for him. Hand speed? Zhu Tui was confused. Didn't the teacher say that the more of an aspect you use, the more probable it is that you would activate genetic base points relating to that aspect? Old Tang, your hand speed, how did you train that? Hand speed, how it's used its direction this image. That's right, it's his hand speed. Furthermore, it's the right hand that he likes to use. What else could he be doing? He's already fast. He'll be faster in the future. Cheng Mo, who was searching for all possible kinds of food by the side, added insult to injury. You're the fast one. Tang Ting's face instantly became red. He stepped forward and tussled with Cheng Mo. The security personnel further away glanced at them but did not pay them any heed. There were many scenes of great grief and happiness during every genetic exam. The security personnel would not interfere as long as those incidents did not affect the order of the venue. Just as the two of them were tussling, 2 other students who had completed their exam suddenly walked over when they saw the action on this side. Ha! Aren't you guys the big, medium, small 3 elites of Class 37 who are hailed as the most morally upright people in the school? What's going on? Are you guys having an internal quarrel because you failed to activate any genetic base points? The tall and muscular He Ming Zuan and Sun Kai, who was built like a bull, stood with their arms crossed in front of their chest. They looked as though they were witnessing a spectacle. Of course, this attitude had not appeared out of thin air. Those 2 people were also from Jincheng 9th High School. They were in Class 36. They were neighbors in school. Even though a high school student's energy was mostly expended by their studies and training, those things could not suppress youth. The 2 classes had been through several conflicts with each other. They had faced off against each other in the small forest multiple times. They both had victories under their belt. However, the insults of these 2 people felt exceptionally piercing this time, especially since all 3 elites were feeling a little dejected. Tang Ting's nickname was Tang Dating. He was the big elite because he was large. Cheng Mo's moniker was Cheng Mozi. Why was he the medium elite? Because he had average height. Zhu Tui's nickname was Xiao Tui, Little Elite. The arrival of He Ming Zuan and Sun Kai made Cheng Mo and Tang Ting stop their tussle immediately. They then stood beside Zhu Tui. They were united against an external enemy. Scram over to the side. Who are you to comment on our brotherly affairs? Tang Ting looked the most charismatic at this moment. I have a combination of speed and power. Be careful, or I'll beat you guys up next time. Who will be on the receiving end of the beating is not decided yet. Himing Kokshuan displayed his test report. Coincidentally, I also activated genetic base points that are a combination of speed and power. Yes, I activated 10 genetic base points. Tang Ting's expression changed. He instantly turned a little cowardly. After all, his speed-related genetic base point had a weak specialization that was hand speed. Himing Kokshuan had an extremely valuable overall speed specialization. Unsatisfied that they were losing in terms of spirit, Chang Mo spoke with a fierce expression. It's just 10 genetic base points. What's so good about that? I activated 11 genetic base points. Chang Mo also displayed his test report. Even though he only flashed it for an instant, Himing Kokshuan and Sun Kai, whose vision had been enhanced after being administered with the genetic liberation elixir, still saw it clearly. Sun Kai grabbed his stomach and laughed in an exaggerated manner. 7 of your genetic base points are at your stomach. Wouldn't you become the legendary rice bucket? Sun Kai laughed loudly. I'm going to die of laughter. A future rice bucket dares to compare himself with us future genetic warriors? Chang Mo's face instantly became stern. Zhu Tui was feeling very upset. However, they were brothers. They had to fight back against the outsiders together, even if they had to kneel in the process. They had to kneel together after they fended off the enemy. They could not back down. Without waiting for Zhu Tui to speak, Himing Kokshuan and Sun Kai's insults fell onto Zhu Tui's head. And you, Zhu Zhaotu Tui, do you think that you would be able to activate the mystery branch just because of the bump on your head? Continue dreaming. The overall teacher in charge over there already said that it's highly likely that you have a worthless constitution. You didn't even activate a single genetic base point. As for why they got you to go through the tests, that's because the female researcher took pity on you. Is Zhu Tui here? An attendant in a white coat shouted as he waved the report in his hand while Himing Kokshuan and Sun Kai were spewing their insults. However, his shouts were drowned by the arrogant Himing Kokshuan and Sun Kai, who continued to make fun of Zhu Tui. Shut up! Not far away, the security personnel who had not moved during the entire incident took action. He seemed to only have taken one step, but he quickly appeared behind Himing Kokshuan and Sun Kai. In the next instant, the 8-meter-tall Himing Kokshuan and Sun Kai, who was built like a bull, got lifted by their collars by the security personnel as if they were little chicks. The two of them immediately lost their voices. There was a wave of shocked exclamations in the hall. A bunch of boys became envious and agitated when they witnessed the suave security personnel lift Himing Kokshuan and Sun Kai as if they were weightless. A group of girls jumped in excitement. They lamented the fact that their communication devices were confiscated before they entered the exam venue. Otherwise, they would definitely be manically taking pictures of the scene. They would then charge forward to grab a photo with the security personnel. Then, they would post it on social media with the caption, "Personally witnessed my idol picking up little chicks." Quiet. The powerful aura of the security personnel erupted across the hall. It instantly silenced the venue of the genetic exams. The researcher wearing a white robe also arrived in front of Zhu Tui and his friends. He confirmed the electronic information on the top of the report. You are student number J61220007 to 10017, Zhu Tui. I am. Zhu Tui nodded. Yes, the comparison report of your blood samples before and after you were administered with the genetic compound chain Aleli elixir has come out. The blood comparison shows that you activated a total of 14 genetic base points. Take this and get tested at the Mystery Branch Testing Hall, the white-robed researcher said. I activated 14 genetic base points? Zhu Tui was a little dumbfounded. The white-robed researcher glanced at the test report again, a little uncertain. He then said, that's right, 14. Head over to the Mystery Branch Testing Hall quickly. 14. Yuziping, who had returned empty-handed after searching for food for Cheng Mo, snatched over the test report. He was extremely excited. 14 genetic base points, it's guaranteed to be the Mystery Branch. Go! Ga quickly. Yuziping disregarded everything else after he finished speaking. He grabbed Zhu Tun and pushed him toward the Mystery Branch Testing Hall. Heming Kakchuan and Sun Kai, who had been released, rubbed the back of their necks. They had a pained expression. The security personnel had used too much force. They could still feel the pain. However, what made them even more frustrated was that Zhu Tui had activated 14 genetic base points. 14 genetic base points. Heming Kakchuan was a little startled. The record number of genetic base points a student from Jincheng 9th High School managed to activate during the genetic exam was 14. It wasn't even announced at the venue itself. However, no one cared about the two of them anymore. The halo of Zhu Tui having activated 14 genetic base points had attracted everyone's attention. Zhu Tui did not display any genetic base points at the extreme branch. That meant that his 14 genetic base points must belong to the mystery branch. Furthermore, in the current system of genetic enhancement and evolution, there might be more than 100 people in the extreme branch before a person in the mystery branch would appear. Under most circumstances, the potential and future development of the mystery branch was not something that the extreme branch could compare. Furthermore, a person from the mystery branch could easily defeat most people from the extreme branch once their abilities developed to a certain extent. Cheng Mo, Tang Ting, and the rest of the students looked at Zhu Tui, who was being pushed into the mystery branch testing hall by Yu Zeping. Zhu Tui, did he really activate mystery branch genetic base points? If he really did, what type from the mystery branch would it be?